Hi, my name is Joe. I am a fat black belt, and today we are going to talk about today. I've got the pink dobok on. You know what that means? It means this is the one that was clean. I'm actually running laundry right now because I have like 2 days worth of uniforms that need to get washed out. Anyway, so let's talk about how today went. Specifically, we're going to talk about food, and I haven't had one of these in a while, so I am excited to say that it was crap. That doesn't feel right. Okay, no, I'm not excited to say that it was crap, but it does give me something to talk about. So first, let's talk about what it was, and I'm gonna recite this. I'm gonna tell you what I ate, and you're probably gonna be like, "That doesn't sound that bad," and you're not wrong, strictly speaking. You're just not me. Lucky for you. So what I have today? Well, we went to the park, and we went out to this pizza place after. It's like I don't know, what is it? It's like a fancy sort of, basically it's a snobby pizza place. Wood-fired pizza, fancy ingredients, extra money. And I had, a pretty normal sized pizza and some Brussels sprouts and some buffalo cauliflower. And right now you're thinking that actually sounds like a reasonable meal. And it does, right? Could have been a reasonable meal. Should have been, right? It should have been that. And then later I have a snack or a light dinner and that's the day. But that's not the way it went. And I'm going to talk about why in a little bit. We're just going to roll the end of this. Okay, so then I got home and I had kind of eaten too much and I didn't really want to eat a full meal. But eventually I got snacky and I had a peach and I had a Yasso bar. All fine. But I had the ice cream bar too early. It was too early to be snacking. It was 5 o'clock. Too early to be snacking. And then the kids only ate half their dinner because they're kids, so I thought, well, I guess I'll just eat leftovers or whatever so that those don't go to waste. And that ended up being some fruit and Greek yogurt, still fine. A couple of waffle fries, okay, whatever. Some chicken wings. Those were a little bit janky, but this is still pretty normal. And then I went out to pick up some stuff, and I drove through a McDonald's on the road, and I got a McDouble, and I had a half a flurry, not because the machine was broken, just because all the stuff was on the top, kind of going to Sonic, and I'm halfway through, I'm no, I'm just eating soft serve. Why would I don't want McDonald's soft serve. And I got a Coke Zero. The Coke Zero is the thing I actually went there for because I was thirsty. So clearly we were kind of here, and then we took one of these, and then we took one of these, and still, I know, in the grand scheme of things, this is not actually that bad a day. It seems like a reasonable amount of stuff, but there's sort of two things that it was. The first is more than I needed, and the second is not intentional. I didn't think to myself, man, I could use a fucking McDouble and a flurry and whatever. I didn't think that. I just went there to get a drink and got those other two things. Why is that? Well, some of it was frustration and boredom, right? I got home, I wasn't hungry, but I was antsy, and I was I need to be doing something, and I didn't have something to fill that time, and so I ended up putting stuff in my mouth. The stuff I put in my mouth was fine, right? It wasn't, it was, it was like a peach and a Yasso bar. It was like a peach. That's not going to be the thumbnail. It was like a peach and a Yasso bar, whatever, no big deal. And then later on, I was just feeling kind of emotionally dysregulated, and that's it. It just dropped out. I like Sangsu Kombap Iban. I think so far maybe one of my favorite sword forms, and I like Kungkong, and I like Koryo a lot. I think that probably 7 is my favorite Taeguk, and maybe 5 is my favorite Balgate form. There you go. Now we've got some martial arts in here. Speaking of which, martial arts has been pretty good this week. Sword was simultaneously exhausting and really educational on Friday, and I'm going in again tomorrow for some Taekwondo, so that should be fun. Catch you later.